Lori Whitlock here. Today I wanted to introduce you to my new haunted house. It's called the Large Haunted House Centerpiece, and this is the one that I have put together. It's got a little front door here and the cute little embellishments on the front. And I have scaled this one down quite a bit. I've cut out the pieces here in original size, and we'll measure it when we're all done and see exactly how big it ends up being. It's got a little fence, a little crooked fence, and some jack-o'-lanterns and a little black cat and some ghosts and a little bat and a little spider, and I just connected him here under the eave on the top on the roof. So let me show you really quick how to put together the base of this whole haunted house, and then you can embellish it however you'd like. So I've cut out all the pieces here, and it's actually quite an easy project to put together, so I wouldn't be scared of it. If you're wondering if it's difficult or not, it's not actually very bad at all. This is the bottom piece. These are the two roof pieces. Over here, this one is the very top roof piece, and this one here is this middle layer. And these little eaves here are created with these little pieces right here, just little awnings. So we'll just attach those on individually. And then for the side pieces, we have our front piece that has the doors and the little round window. And then the other three sides of the house have, they all look just the same, and they look like this. So, and then for this, this upstairs portion of the house right here, that is made up of two of these pieces right here. So the cool thing is you can make this house pretty big. In fact, as you can see, if you wanted to make it bigger, you could even make it larger if you wanted to fit, you know, your largest piece is this one, so whatever will fit on a 12 by 12, you could go ahead and cut it out even larger if you wanted to, but this is original size, so we'll see exactly how big it turns out when we're all done. So let's go ahead, and we're going to start by putting together the bottom piece. Let's see, and then we'll do the roof pieces next, and then we'll do the upstairs. So I'm just going to set those aside for a minute, and we'll just start here with our front of our house, and we're just going to fold this score line towards the inside. And I'm going to use my bone folder here to get a nice crease there. And then there's a little tab here on the side, and just fold that in and crease that over. And there's a score line down the side here, and that's where we're going to connect one side to the next. And then there's the door here with the little handles, and I need to pop out those little circles. Looks like they're still hanging on there. So you just remove those little circles and then fold those doors out. Looks kind of cute to open those up. And much easier to do while you can use the table to help get a good crease on those. So we'll just go ahead and set that one aside and move on to the next three pieces and do the exact same thing where we fold on these three long score lines and then on this little tab here. Now that we're done with those side pieces, or folding those side pieces, let's go ahead and fold our roof piece. And that is our glue tab there, and we're just going to fold these all towards the inside. And we're just going to overlap that and glue that together, and that's going to form our little rooftop. So we'll just take our adhesive and you can just lay that right on the table and get a nice press on that seam. Just wipe off any extra that you might have. And we'll just let that dry really well. And let's go ahead and do that to the next roof piece as well. And just fold everything towards the inside. Actually, I'll just go ahead and use my bone folder while I'm at it. And then these little glue tabs, there's 4 of them, one on each side. Let's go ahead and fold those in as well. And that's what we're going to use to glue to its neighbor to form our little roof piece. So we're just going to glue that to its neighbor all the way around. Just make sure you match that straight cut right along that fold line. And just continue right around and do the last 2 as well. Okay, and we'll just go ahead and let that roof piece dry. And let's go ahead and fold our next upstairs layer here. You're just going to fold that right in half on those score lines. Be careful around the windows here because you don't want to make a crease where you don't want it. And then again, we've got this little top score line and a little tab on the side. You'll want to fold that over. Then there's this score line right on the end. And then the top 2 score lines. And we'll just repeat all of that with the second piece here. So now that you have all of those score lines folded, we're just going to make sure we put the larger tabs down at the bottom and the ones that have the little side wings up at the top. So if you'll notice on our little house here, our windows are lower. We've got a lot of space up here to embellish with our little bats. So this is going to be the bottom of the upstairs. And we're just going to connect them together here on the side glue tab. And then these pieces here are what's going to connect to our roof piece here, right around here on the base. So let's go ahead and put some adhesive down this glue tab here. And we're just going to line up the score lines at the top and at the bottom. And the cut edge right along the fold line there. Give that a good press. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm actually going to fold here and unfold that and then on here. That way I can use the table to help me push that down. Just fold that over and let that glue dry really well. And these little glue tabs here are going to glue to their neighbor. So it's actually going to form a little bit of an angle here at the top for the roof to hang on to. So let's just put a little bit of glue on that little tiny tab and glue it to its neighbor. And you'll need to hold that, let that dry really well. And just continue that all the way around the top of this upstairs piece. Okay, while that's drying, we're going to go ahead and work on our downstairs piece. So back to these pieces that we folded originally. We're going to line them up again with the funny little tabs here at the top. And just our fold here at the bottom. Oh, but it looks like I missed one fold line here. I'm going to go ahead and fold that right to the inside. Okay. So then I'm going to just put some glue here on this one and we're going to attach it to its neighbor and continue all the way around the base of the house pieces just like this. just make sure you line up that cut line right against that fold. And we'll just continue on down the line with the next two. Then we'll just fold this over and put some glue on the last glue tab to form our box shape for the bottom of our haunted house. And by the way, this wouldn't absolutely have to be a haunted house. It could be for another occasion as well. If it were embellished for Christmas or fall or another season, that would be great. Look how cute this is. It's going to be a really nice size project. So this is our bottom of our box, and we have a covering panel for that, but I'm going to wait and put that on later because right now I want to be able to get my hand inside to glue things together. And before we can start assembling it, we still need to glue these little wings right here to their neighbor. So just like we did on that upstairs portion, we just need to do that here for the bottom. Now that we have those 4 corners glued, we're ready to attach our little roof that goes over our first story here. So it's just going to glue right on top, just like that. So we just need to put a little bit of glue right here on each of these glue tabs to hold the roof on. Okay, then we just take this little piece and flip it over and set it right on top. Make sure it's centered. You can flip it over if you want to look at it that way. You can just push down on those tabs. You can actually angle it and use the table to help you give each side a press if you'd like. You can see why we didn't want to put the bottom on yet, because it's nice to be able to reach up in there and make sure this is glued on really well. Okay, so now that we have our roof on, we are going to put our second story on. So we're going to glue that on, not with the little angled ones we just worked on, but with the little tabs that fold in here, and they're a nice little wide section here. We're just going to put some glue on that. And we're just going to flip that over. It doesn't matter which side is facing forward, they're all the same. And just center that right in that square. And hold that till it dries. Okay, this is awesome. Look how cute this is. Ooh, this would make a cute schoolhouse too if you want to do one in schoolhouse colors. Okay, this little peak goes up here on top, just like that. You can see how that's going to connect on. So we just need to put a little adhesive right here on those 4 glue tabs. Now, if you wanted to put a tea light in this or something, or a few tea lights, you would need to cut a hole in the top of this piece here, just this roof, and then you could reach in there to put things, or you could put a hole in the bottom of the whole box so that you could reach in there to put a tea light in. Either way, just think about that before you cut your project. You could always add that in the software before you cut your project out. And depending on how large you make your project, a tea light may or may not work. In this size, it would probably work really well. In a big one, you'd need a few, probably 3 tea lights or so to get it to really shine. Okay, and we're just going to put that roof right on top. Just make sure it's centered and kind of look underneath. And then just hold that in place while it dries. At this point, this is what our haunted house looks like. Let's turn it to the front where you can see that. That's what it looks like. So I'm just going to let it sit off to the side for a minute while it dries. And we're going to put together one of the little eaves here. So you just fold on all these score marks towards the inside. And just to give you a little look at what you're making, it's these little eaves right here. They just glue on to the top of those windows there on the upper story. And you just fold those little glue tabs all towards the inside, and that kind of gives you your eave shape there. So I'm just going to show you how to glue one of these on here. I'm just going to put some adhesive, and you could use tape runner for this or something else, but I just want to make sure it stays. So I'm going to use glue, but it means you're going to have to hold it a little longer. So just be aware of that. If you have any trouble, you could always use some little glue dots or something. But just want to lay that down and then just glue that right over those windows. And I would put this straight one down first on the back, and then pull these two side ones down. Then you need to decide how high above the window you want it. You don't want your glue tabs to show over the windows, so just, and then pull those sides in till they just touch the corner of the house. Get it all centered nicely, and then just hold those glue tabs in place while they dry. And you don't want it to go past the side of the house, because then it will run into the next awning on the next side. So just make sure that you pull that tip in there to the side of the house. You can even reach your finger in there to give it a little bit of something to push against if you need to. Okay, so that's what one of the little awnings looks like. You'll just put one of those on each of the sides. Okay, now I've gone ahead and put all the little awnings on here. And it looks really cute. Look how fun that is. So in the file, you're going to find the covering panels for the roof pieces, the little spider web pieces. They're super easy to put on. Just glue those on. It makes it a really sturdy project, actually. If you'll use a nice 80-pound to 100-pound cardstock on this house, it's quite sturdy. And then when you add those roof pieces, it really makes it very strong. So I just use a little pop dot, little foam dot to put on the little embellishments. We've got some ghosts and bats and this little spider here. It's just a separate little piece that you can glue anywhere you want. And you could make more than one spider if you'd like and put them on all the eaves and awnings and windows if you'd like to. I've also given you a little fence, and let me show you really quick how we put that together. But you can just layer up the little pumpkins. There's a little black cat here. But let me just show you, oh, we need to put the bottom on this house real quick. Hold on. So to put the bottom on, we're just going to put glue on those 4 tabs and just adhere that to the bottom. Now, as I mentioned before, if you wanted to make this where you can light it with some tea lights, you would need to put some circle holes on this in the file before you cut it out. So just line that up with the corners and just hold that in place while it dries, and we'll give that a few minutes to dry. And at this point it's kind of hard to get your fingers in there to like help hold that down, so you'll just have to use the table to hold that down. And as I mentioned, we're going to talk about the little fence here. To put this together, you just need to overlap the corners, and there's little score marks to fold those corners, and just overlap those and glue them together to form the little fence. And then again, just some little foam dots to put the embellishments on. So I hope you have fun making this adorable little haunted house, and that you enjoy it this Halloween season, and you can find some other uses for it throughout the year, because it's a really great house base. And I will see you in another video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.